Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Kent P studio on the expansive first floor of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep-3. As always, if you would be so kind, you're digging what we're doing here on the video, give us the thumbs up. We appreciate it. And of course, if you haven't done so already, make sure you tell your friends and neighbors all about our YouTube channel. Make sure they get subscribed. Get yourself subscribed. Join 7,000 of your closest friends as we come back, stop by for daily videos with some of my favorite picks. Aight. And of course, speaking of favorite picks, we want to know what your favorite picks are today, man. We have the best handicappers in the business out there in the comment section, so make sure that you put your plays in there. Give me your best five, and you get them right, we'll give you a shout out. Get enough of them right, just like Kent P, you're going to be our capper of the day. My one request, when you post your picks, put the odds down with them there. Let me know what you're playing them at, especially if you're playing parlays, money lines, things like that. Anything I don't have to look up, I'm gonna love you a long time for, I promise. All right. And of course, don't forget to check out winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com. Every game, every day, always free. It is the most comprehensive sites anywhere in the world. That is why we are #1 in the world for predictive sports analysis on daily sporting events. So make sure you check out winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com as well. All right, moving on and taking a look at how we did yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Well, tell you what, the Providence Friars, they got fried. They did not show up. They got down early, and they stayed down. They didn't lose much more ground, but they just never could quite close the gap. The couple times they had a shot there to cut it to 6 or so in the second half, couldn't get it done. Couldn't make the big basket. Couldn't get that run started. And we did have the first half over in the Atlanta-Washington game. Nope. That was no bueno, as Atlanta decided to absolutely stop scoring. So that was not helpful to us at all. Washington, they did their job, but the Atlanta Hawks, yeah, not so much. And this has been a Washington defense that had been just absolutely dreadful. So thanks a lot there, Wizards. And our victory was in the Maryland-Iowa game, as we did have the first half under there, and the Iowa Hawkeyes just ground Maryland into dust, and the under came in, it came in easily for the full game, and it came in fairly easily for the first half, so we did go 1-2 there. Split them up on the premium side, as we had Old Faithful, Ball State, Akron first half under 63, and that ended up hitting at 57, so there you go. And in our late pick, the other pick, we did have an NBA play on the Miami Heat to keep the Brooklyn Nets on the mat, and they had them down early, had them down 12 points at halftime, but they let them up. They turned around, they got distracted by somebody walking by in a bikini, whatever it is, the people from Miami, and they let them get up off the canvas, score 12 more points than they did, tied it up going into the fourth quarter, and it was pretty much all Brooklyn from there, as Brooklyn ended up getting the outright victory. So 1-1 we go on the premium side, 1-2 on the Deep-3, and we go on with today's play. The first one we're taking a look at is the National Championship game in college football. Wait, you're saying? I thought that was Monday night. But that's the D1. That's FBS. This is where the real football is played, or at least that's what they'll tell you. This is the FCS Championship game between the James Madison University Dukes and the North Dakota State University Bison. Watch this game tomorrow, okay? You don't have to watch the whole thing, but watch the game long enough to listen to the announcer. If it's the same guy they had last year, he says, every time he talks about North Dakota State, he talks about the Bison. The Bison with a Z. You know what? I looked it up. He made me doubt myself of how I'd learned to pronounce this word in 50-plus years. I actually looked it up last year when I heard him do it. It's Bison. It really is, just like you think it is. And then, this funny story, I'm flipping across, we had a bet early on North Dakota State. I come across it on ESPN. I turn it on. It's the same announcer, and he calls them the Bison again. So check out this game between the Dukes and the Bison, okay? I'm taking a look at the total of this game, 46.5. This total has plunged, and there's a reason. This is going to be an absolute battle in the trenches between the two best teams by far in the FCS. Between them, they have one loss, and that is a 7-point road loss for James Madison, first game of the season up there in Morgantown, West Virginia. as they turned the ball over 3 times versus the Mountaineers and ended up dropping the game by just 7 points. Both of these teams are going to run the ball. Both of these teams are going to play stout defense. This is a Duke's defense that features 2 absolute studs at defensive end, including Rondell Carter, who almost certainly will be playing on Sundays next season. Could be anywhere from a 4th to a 7th round pick. North Dakota State, they got a very promising freshman in quarterback Trey Lance. He's going to do great things there for the Bison, but I always worry about the moment being a little bit too big for the freshman, especially against this ferocious Duke's defense. James Madison has a pair of very talented receivers. I think quarterback Ben DiNucci, senior that he is, has the experience. I think he's going to take a few shots down the field. The problem is taking shots down the field is the winds in Texas are going to be a big factor with gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Why? Because it's Texas. That's what happens. That encourages teams that even more so to just ground and pound, and it makes the kicking game an absolute adventure. This is going to be an old-fashioned football game between 2 programs that have been doing this at a high level for a very long time. They know each other. They probably don't like each other. I like the under right here. Give me the Dukes and the Bison under 46.5. Now that we've had our little appetizer, we're going to have a palate cleanser and move on to the main course as the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers get together in dancing game number 1 of divisional weekend there at San Francisco Levi Stadium. Vikings 7-point road doggy in this one. You know what? This doesn't get any easier for the Vikings. That's what happens when you're the 6th seed and you know you're going to be packing your bags every week as long as you keep moving on. After shutting down the top statistical quarterback in NFL history last week, they're rewarded with a 49ers team that was first in the NFC in scoring, was 2nd overall to Baltimore, putting up 29.9 points per game. They were 5th in yards per play at 6 yards even per play, and 2nd in rushing, once again, to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, they were just 13th in passing, but that's more out of a necessity because they had a game with a lead a lot of the times, and they didn't absolutely have to throw the ball. They're a team that likes to mix it almost exactly. They're almost a 50-50 mix. They had 478 pass plays on the year and 498 runs. But this is a good Vikings defensive unit that gave up just 92 yards to the Saints on the ground, including 4 Taysom Hill runs for 50 yards. Kamara and Murray, they got absolutely nothing for the Saints. Biggest factor in this one for me, it's going to be the ability of the Niners to stop Dalvin Cook. We found out last week this Minnesota team doesn't suck is when they have Dalvin Cook. He had 94 of the 137 rushing yards, and he was critical in getting nice gains on first downs in order to stay ahead of the chains, take the pressure off of how you like me, Kirk Cousins. Or you like me? You like that? Yeah, you like that? There are a lot of throws that are open on 2nd and 6 that are going to be much tougher to complete on 3rd and 10. The Niners, they allow 4.5 yards per carry. That's 10th in the league, and it's going to be critical to shut down Cook early in the series in order to put Cousins into must-pass situations. I like Mike Zimmer a lot, and I really like the energy and the focus that this team had last week in the Superdome. Love to see Diggs get involved early, so he's not pouting about shit. And I'd like to make the Niners forget all about Thielen. That would play well into their hands, much like the Saints did last week, and Thielen beat them twice on big downfield plays. San Francisco, well, they have a bad habit of playing down to the level of their competition all year. And if the same Vikings team that was in New Orleans shows up this time, I think the Niners could be in for a long afternoon. Give me the Minnesota Vikings plus the 7 points. And moving on to our nightcap as Tennessee Titans travel to Charm City to check out the Baltimore Ravens. Looking at the total in this one of 47. At first, playing the over in this game seems counterintuitive with 2 teams that would rather run the ball than pass it. But here's the deal. They're both really good at it. Baltimore, they led the league in rushing like we talked about, and they led the league in scoring, mainly due to Lamar Jackson's skills at running the football. He averaged 6.9 yards per carry on the season, and on his way to breaking the rushing record for quarterbacks putting up over 1,200 yards on the ground. For the Titans, well, they got no slouch back there themselves as Derrick Henry led the league in rushing, and he's going up against a Ravens defense that hasn't really done a fantastic job stopping the run. I think both quarterbacks are going to be able to take shots down the field. It's going to be a little bit of wind, so they may be inhibited by taking the very deep shots. But I think the mid-range patches versus the soft spots in the zone should go fine. And I think they have some success throwing the football as well. Both these quarterbacks very competent. In fact, here's a freaky stat, and I say this on every video that I did about this game. Lamar Jackson led the league in touchdown passes and was last in the league in passing attempts. So I don't know if that's ever happened. I seriously doubt it. So that was, to me, of all of the unbelievable stats about Lamar Jackson, that was the most unbelievable. So, anywho, I think this one, I think they both are able to have success moving the football. I think it goes back and forth. Harbaugh and the two coaches, Harbaugh especially, he's a student of advanced analytics. I don't think he's going to settle for field goals if he thinks he can make the first down and keep the ball and have a shot at a touchdown. I think the points get scored early, and I think points get scored often here. Give me the Titans-Ravens over 47. Give me them Minnesota Vikings plus the 7 points, and give me the James Madison University Dukes and the North Dakota State University Bison under 46.5. The end of those three, you guys can join me. You know the drill. We'll pick up our winning tickets. We will head back to the window. All right, guys, let's see how you did today. Once again, quick reminder about the premium picks. We will have those, the link in the description of the video if you want to join the premium team. Love to have you. Get yourself down, and you could even start with the games today. Get my best plays on those 2 NFL contests. So, that being said, let's see how y'all did today. First of all, check in with the people that had perfect attendance today. It is the Wizard of Oz, Chris Johnson, C-Dub, J.E., and Suzette Greg Cochia. Suzette, let me know which way it is. Suzette, good to have you, especially as it often gets to be a little bit of a sausage party around the comment section. Suzette had some NBA plays. A couple of them didn't quite go her way, but we appreciate it and love to hear from her again. See those picks one more time. As far as who got juice today, Super Cisco, Hammer and Hank, and Kiss the Degenerate, they all got squeezed for a little bit of pulp. And our earners, our money makers out there, well, the Mad Carrot, I got his first 5 picks down. He went 3-2 plus 80. The astute Aardvark, positive day right there, my friend. A perfect day, I should say. Grubs were good and fat and very, very tasty. The astute Aardvark went 2-0 plus 200. But your capper of the day, everybody, with a 3-0 record going plus 300 for the second day in a row. It is the one, the only. It is Kent P, everybody. Congratulations, Kent. You, my friend, are our capper of the day. Well done indeed. That is 2 in a row. So, for the rest of you, time to get it going, guys. It's Saturday. It's NFL day. Time to make that cheddar. Hey, Kent, if you got to play for the Sunday games, either the Chiefs or the Packers games, you got a play you want to share for us in there, make sure you put that down as your COD, POD, and we'll get the word out to the masses. Make sure everybody gets down on that play. For the rest of you, let's meet back here tomorrow, all right? We'll do our thing. We'll bitch about those bad beats. We'll brag about those fat stacks, and then, because it's going to be Sunday, we're going to know who's going to the Super Bowl after. We're going to know who's going to the championship game, or rather, after tomorrow. We'll get in there. We'll fire it up. We'll do it all over again, all right? You guys take care. Good luck on all your plays. Once again, thanks for viewing us. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to subscribe. And, of course, couldn't do it without you. Couldn't do it without you. Appreciate each and every one of you every time, all right? Good luck today, guys. Let's make some money. And I'll be looking for y'all back at the window. Take care.